we've put so much into it. And so it's really hard to walk away from that. But here's the thing that you need to walk away from. The relief I feel. You guys feel it? This has got Rainbow and Pepper's over here. Oh. So the reason I feel such relief is something we just cannot talk about. We just can't. And I am coming from the Cassandra Sister hat right now. I do talk about my life in my videos, and anyway, from a Cassandra's point of view, our car can be the greatest respite, the greatest refuge from a house that is full of a meltdown. But not even that. It's a real sanctuary in our car. Now, sweetheart, I know you want on my lap. We're not doing that right now. Can you go sit down? Sit down, just a good boy. Oh, so sweet. You just got to have him be on my lap. If you're listening for the first time, or maybe you're not a Cassandra Sister, or maybe you're somebody interested in what neurodiverse relationships are about, there are so many different kinds. But it does kind of fall into a group because there's the lack of communication, there's the lack of reciprocity, there is the mind blindness, there are aspects of autism that are just there. We can't do anything about it. It's not going to fix. And the reason I say that, yes, change can happen. Yes, your partner, husband, roommate, mine's a roommate to me, you know, instantly I think, okay, people are going to wonder why I stay. Why am I staying with a roommate? Why am I not? We all have our reasons. And this isn't about that. What this is about is that sanctuary in your car to get out of your house. Now, there could be screaming kids. There could be a difficult mother-in-law or mom or dad. There could be difficulties in all families, for sure. Ours is a constant. And the reason, come here, sweetheart, and the reason I started my channel is because ours is a constant. And ours is something that wrecks our immune system, our nervous system, and everything else. Well, you know what I mean. Our health, our mental health, which affects our physical health, the whole holistic, whole body. I have learned so many ways to deal with it. So many ways. And there's still those moments that just really hit home that, wow, I have been taken on a roller coaster for years and years and years. And I was never in line to get on it. It was just thrown, I was just thrown onto this thing. You know, I could say, sometimes I've gotten on it willingly because of the outcome, because I would get something. And you know, in relationships, we can put a lot of effort into them. We can just have so much history and, you know, we've given so much of ourselves, we've put so much into it. And so it's really hard to walk away from that. But here's the thing that you need to walk away from. False hope. You need to walk away from the false hope. That is really the key to saving yourself and opening up more doors on what to do next. How to get away from the relationship if you need to, how to stay in it if you need to, whatever it is. It's not about giving up on anything but false hope. Not on the relationship, not on you, for goodness sakes. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Because yourself is all you got. Hey, don't lick me. But really stay steadfast. Now, I call myself a bulldozer sometimes. And it's not about being forceful and aggressive. It's about moving forward. Moving forward. And sometimes you just gotta make a little bit of a mess. Bulldoze through it. And what I mean by that is, an example, I'm trying to get things moving on purchasing a home. This is a big ordeal. And all of the other things, all of the stuff where he gives me his word and goes back on his word, gives me his word, goes back on his word. This is what my person specifically does quite a bit, which is very much not a very good thing. A little bit extreme dark side of autism, we call it sometimes. It could be called narcissism traits, even narcissism, but for him, he's not narcissistic. He has extreme narcissistic traits that a lot of the time is just to get him out from making a decision because of the executive functioning in him. And again, all relationships are so different, but we do fall into a category of this particular stuff that goes on in a relationship with us that is just undeniable. It's there, it's real. We need to hold on to that, what is real, not the false hope that he will change. Now, last night, and I call him Dr. Jekyll, just for fun. He was Mr. Hyde the day before. And all of a sudden, I hear, oh, I'll do all that. I'll do all the things that you need, you want. My nervous system just, I felt so much better. My depression just went right out the window. My anxiety, I felt safe. We just talked, we had reciprocity, it was like a totally different person I was talking to. Now, does this sound scary? Yes. And also, no, I understand the pattern, but the thing is, what can be a little frustrating, I felt so much better when he was there for me. Felt like he had my back. We were actually talking. I wasn't worried about him getting up and walking away. Just like he left, he stayed there while I was hesitating, trying to figure out, oh, what do we do with this and that? And just there with me. It was so nice. And we crave those moments. But if it's we've called it a breadcrumb, and you just fall for the breadcrumbs, you get that little bit of nourishment. But here's what it is truly. This is not a narcissistic non-narcissistic relationship. This is an autistic, non-autistic relationship. Our brains think differently, radically differently. He has narcissistic traits. I want to make that clear because I've talked about comorbidities in the past. Now, there are things like alexithymia. There are things like other aspects, but it still comes down to one thing. It is part of the autism, and it's my person. It's his personality. What all that is, that's where the unique part comes in. Because you meet one autistic, you meet one autistic person, you meet one autistic person. I used to hate hearing that because I felt it was being dismissive of my situation. It is true though, but to really, if you hear that and that bothers you, the reason it bothers you as a Cassandra sister, as a non-autistic partner, wife to someone who's autistic, when you hear, oh, one autistic person is one autistic person, it's because we do have a common thread that is the same. Because you can't deny the fact that autism has the mind blindness, has those things that make relationships so hard. That's the commonality. So I sit in my car, sigh of relief. I'm going to text him for the thing that I need, that I've been waiting for, and it's getting to the point where, dude, it's Christmas Eve. Come on. Just do it. And he comes around. He always comes around. But the price I pay waiting for that is really hard. And yes, to wait for them to process, I understand that part. But when it starts to get into the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde aspect, where he says he'll do it, then he doesn't do it, says he'll do it, and then he doesn't do it, that's different. That's very harmful. There's waiting, and there's a process, and then he figures it out. But that, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, is something you really have to look at and take care of yourself. So, Merry Christmas. I will be, this sounds so sad, but I've accepted it. I am always alone on Christmas, and It's so funny, you always hear people, are you ready? Are you ready for Christmas? Are you ready? It's like, I've never been not ready. I don't buy gifts. I don't have kids. It's always just funny because everybody just says it. It's like because that's the norm, you know. It's kind of like, even when people don't believe us with our relationships, it's not the norm. And we kind of have to be okay with that to a certain extent, but also really take care of yourself, really know when to step away, when to look at reality and step away from the false hope. So take care of yourself. I'm going to get breakfast. I'm going to spend a couple hours in my car with my dogs. It is the most peaceful, wonderful place. It's raining out, and I'll park maybe at a park, just look at nature and the rain. I love the rain. Now if it was cold, not California, we'd be having a white Christmas. But you know, it's a wet Christmas. That's okay. That's okay, my sweet pea. I'll show you Pepper. Where's Pepper? Where's Pepper? Pepper? Oh, you're way down there. Pepper. There's Pepper. Hi, sweet girl. It's Pepper.